or no?
Yeah, welcome back to Bully Ball. The 49ers are about to pick in what, six picks now? Green Bay
Yep.
is up, their pick is in. We will see who they take. What were you gonna say?
Yeah. So looking at it right now, ESPN's best available is so it looks like Green Bay just took Jordan Morgan, maybe,
Oh wow. Did
which is
they?
great for the 49ers, in my opinion.
Are you ahead of me?
I don't
Obviously
know. I'm
you are.
watching the Pat McAfee draft spectacular right now, and I think they're a little bit ahead. What are you on right now?
Mm. Um who just got picked? Terry and Arnold. They're talking to him right now.
Is he walking like off the stage? Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So I'll just watch that
Yeah.
one. I won't watch the other one. But for this next pick, it looks like Green Bay took Jordan Morgan. So
I like that. I
yeah,
like that because I didn't like him at our pick. I feel like he's a guard, has short arms.
yeah.
Didn't want him at tackle, so I like that. And that pushes somebody down that we do want. So who are your top three that you want at our pick right now available?
So right now, number one, easy for me, is JPJ Jackson Powers Johnson, the center from Oregon. Obviously, that's my number one. Number two, yep, Jordan Morgan just went. Number two would be Cooper DeJean. Number three, Graham Barton. Um, what about you? What's your top three guys available?
Yeah, mine are the same. I got those three as like the top, like this is a great pick category. And then if you drop one level below that, I would say Kool-Aid, McKinstry, obviously, Jerzon Newton, and Tyler Guyton would be in the second tier under that for me
Yeah.
at this pick.
And then the obvious terrible pick would be Roger Rosengarten right here, which
Yeah.
is kind of worrying me a little bit because he's still on the board. And I just feel like that's such an obvious 49ers pick. There's always great guys that are on the board that we think are so much better than the person we end up picking. I mean, we don't make the big bucks like the 49ers guys do, obviously, for a reason. But I don't know. That just seems like an obvious 49ers pick to me. So I'm kind of expected to be let down. And I know that one of our guys is probably going to be available at our pick still. So
The Bucks ran to the podium. Their picks in already, so we'll see who
yeah.
they're taking. Um,
Let's if you guys are watching live, go ahead and comment in the comments, who do you guys want to see the 49ers pick? Who would be that terrible pick, or who would be, your dream? Because my dream personally right now is Jackson Powers Johnson. That dude's just such a beast. We talked about him earlier today. So that's my number one guy right now. I would like to see your guys' thoughts too.
yeah. Also in my second tier of people, I forgot to include Xavier Worthy. Um, and possibly Lad McConkey. I'd be wide receiver is tough, obviously, but if a couple of our guys go right now, I would be fine with it.
What
The
about
two for
Kool-Aid?
me,
What about Kool-Aid McKinstry?
hold on. The two that I don't want, obviously, you said Rosengarten is one. I would love him in the second round, not in the first round. Two, Darius Robinson. I know a lot of 49er fans are super high on him right now. I just don't see the upside. I
Yeah.
don't see a guy that's going to be a pro bowler, all pro. Maybe he could become that, but he just doesn't have that pass rush ability that I would want. Um, so yeah, a lot lower on him than most.
I agree. I'm in the same boat. Our dad says he wants the Oregon Center here. Joseph, don't be checking Twitter because that's going to ruin the suspense.
No, I just have the big board up.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like we said, according to ESPN, their top five best available right now is Graham Barton at 1, Cooper DeJean at 2, Johnny Newton at 3, Nate Wiggins at 4, Kool-Aid McKinstry at 5. And then we'll just go to the top 10 available. 6, Xavier Legette. 7, A.D. Mitchell, 8, Darius Robinson, 9, Ladd McConkey, and 10, Tyler Guyton. What are your thoughts on
Yeah.
Nate Wiggins? I've seen some people kind of like some people high, some people low. I know he's pretty fast, but
I haven't watched much of any of them, to be honest. I think, he ran in like 4.3s, but I think he might be smaller, if I'm not mistaken. He might be a smaller, like 5'10" corner, if I'm correct. Let me look him up. But I haven't done much on him. Let's
give me
see
one
what he
sec.
did at
Let
the
me try to plug in my
combine.
laptop.
Let's see. Nate Wiggins. 4.28 40. So the dude's a burner. True burner. Did you hear that? 4.28 40.
Yep.
6'1", 173. So actually good height. He's real thin though. But the 4.28 40. So this dude's a burner. Let's see what he did. First team all ACC this past year. 9 PBUs, 2 interceptions. Played in 10 games with 7 starts though. So he wasn't a full-time starter. Missed 2 games with injury. The year before, 12 PBUs. And it looks like 1 interception. They compare him to Tyson Campbell. So, I mean, I like Kool-Aid more, but I mean, if you want a true burner at corner, it'd be nice, I guess. If anybody has watched him, let us know what you think of Nate Wiggins.
Yeah. Obviously, like I said, I'm cool with pretty much anybody but Roger Rosengarten at this pick. Darius Robinson, obviously, not huge on either, but I would want him more than Rosengarten, in my opinion. Like Joseph said, he's like, if we traded back into the second round, then okay. Then if you want to take him a little bit, a few picks into the second round, sure. But I don't want him right here. Obviously, let's talk about this real quick while we're waiting for these picks to come through. One of the biggest shockers in this draft, Michael Penix going to Atlanta. What are your thoughts on that? Because that was insane to me.
Well, a lot of people had him falling out of the first round into the second. And I mean, I thought he had first round talent more towards the back end, but you look at the arm talent, the dude can sling the rock. Like if you're trying to throw a vertical pass game, he's kind of the perfect quarterback for that. So I saw him as a first round, like later first round guy, but absolute terrible situation. Like what are they doing, man? You bring in Kirk Cousins on this huge contract, and then you sign a first round rookie instead of building the team around the quarterback you just paid a shit ton of money to. That's nuts to me.
Yeah. Yeah, that was insane to see. Like, I was shocked. I think that was obviously the biggest shock. And also the Broncos reaching for Bo Nix at pick 12. Me and you were talking about it. He'd be like a third-round pick in a regular season, in a regular draft. But these teams are thirsty for quarterbacks right now.
Yeah.
So the Bucks are making their pick right now.
Let's see. Damn, there goes Graham Barton from Duke. So there goes one of our guys off the board.
I mean, honestly, if the Niners really like somebody right here, I feel like they could move up a few spots without giving up too much, maybe like a 4th rounder or something like that. And you can move up, 4 spots, 3 spots, to get somebody who you really want. Because obviously right here, the Cardinals, the pick is in already. Supposedly, I don't know how accurate this is, but they need a corner. So obviously Cooper DeJean is at risk of going right here. Nate Wiggins, Kool-Aid McKinstry, those are all top guys that we would like. So obviously they're all at risk of going right here to the Cardinals, who obviously are an interdivision rival. So that's this is going to be an interesting one to see right here.
Yeah, man. Graham Barton, great player, probably a center or a guard, but going to be really good at that position. I would have liked him on our team. I'm hoping the Cardinals here. I'm hoping they do not take Cooper DeJean. Hopefully they go with Nate Wiggins here. I'm hoping that it's Nate Wiggins.
Or Darius Robinson. That would be great. I would love to see Darius Robinson go right here too.
You see, the thing with these 49ers players that the 49ers like and want, nobody's taken them before us. So you're kind of in a bad spot because they're not getting picked before us. I can tell you that much. 49ers
Cardinals
always like guys that are supposed to go lower. I haven't seen it yet.
Well, no. He's just walking up to the podium right now. So that was pretty fast. Yes.
Dang, that is a surprise, man. That is a surprise.
Darius Robinson goes. Let's go.
They actually did it. Cardinals will forever be the Cardinals, man.
The dream lives on. Jackson Powers Johnson or Cooper DeJean. Come on, trade up. Honestly, I would trade up. Like I said, now you can really only give up like a 4th rounder or something like that, and you can get up to get the guy that you want.
Buffalo, 99% is going receiver. So are they going to go with, let's say, a Worthy, McConkey, Keon Coleman, Leggett, AD Mitchell? Yeah, one of those dudes. I assume it's going to be one of them. So it's going to push a dude further down, man.
I hate this because I know this happens to us every year. We watch the draft and then we're like, oh, shoot, our guy's coming up. He's still available. And then we get to our pick. They're still there. And then it's fucking Roger Rosengarten or Drake Jackson or Jake Moody. You know what I mean? Like, it happens every year.
So what if JPJ is there and we take Zach Frazier?
Oh, no. I'm jumping ship. I'm going to the fucking Chiefs. Hell no.
It could happen, man. They could like him.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I could see Xavier Worthy going here. Or AD Mitchell. You know, one of those Texas receivers. Those are the top guys going right now, in my opinion.
Now, if JPJ's there and Cooper DeJean's there, and they take Cooper DeJean, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
You know, if those two are there and they take Johnny Newton, he's gonna be good, but I would be a little upset. I'd be a little upset, I ain't gonna lie.
Well, that's not a huge need right now either. Because we do have starters there. It's where corner, you know, is like kind of hit and miss. Like we have clear-cut starters at D tackle with Hargrave and the guy we got from the Texans. Remind me his name.
Malik Collins.
So we have cut starters at cornerback. You know what I mean? You have Mooney Ward and Demo, and then who's your other guy? Who's going to play the slot? Who's going to play outside if Demo's in the slot? So that's an obvious need. And then at center, you know, JPJ can play center or guard, which is an obvious need because Burford and Feliciano, you know, who really knows about those two.
And Brendel ain't that good, let's be honest.
Yeah, and he's older already too. He's already, I think, in his 30s, 31 maybe or something. So, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Let's see what happens. Shoot, the Chiefs jumped up. They traded with Buffalo.
This is probably for a receiver. I think you're ahead of me now, so relax.
No, I just saw it on the back screen. It said Chiefs on the board.
So, yeah, you're right.
Right before they showed Robinson. Yeah. I haven't seen anything about it yet, but
that's a good thing too, because like I said, this is probably for a receiver, probably for Xavier Worthy or AD Mitchell. I mean, not good because that's a great talent going to the Chiefs, but good for one of our guys to possibly drop even further.
It could be Tyler Guyton. I do believe they lost a tackle in free agency. Could be Tyler Guyton here as well.
Yeah, that could be good too. So
yeah, but if Guyton goes and Rosengarten, they're gonna push us to take Rosengarten. Let's see what this trade is for.
Please.
Let's see. I'm
Picks in for
surprised
the
the Bills
Chiefs.
traded with the Chiefs, man.
Yeah, for real. Picks in with the
Picks is
Chiefs
in.
already.
Let's see if they. Nope, they're not going to show us what the trade was for.
So we have
We got
Chiefs pick, Dallas pick, Baltimore's pick, and then we're up after. So we're about
we got Brock Purdy on the commercial right now.
Yep. What are you guys' thoughts? Whoever's watching live going into, we're coming down to our pick. A lot of great values still up there. What are your guys' thoughts? Go ahead and jump in the comments. Because like we said, top available right now, Cooper DeJean, Johnny Newton. This is ESPN's. Nate Wiggins, Kool-Aid McKinstry, Xavier Legette, A.D. Mitchell, Ladd McConkey, Guyton, Worthy, Ricky Pearsall. Obviously, JPJ, who's our top guy, is still there too. So,
yeah, and then if you go on Bleacher Reports, it's Kool-Aid 1, Newton 2, Keon Coleman, JPJ, Zach Frazier, Cooper DeJean.
Her dad just hope you don't blow it. Yep. Feel that one.
Man, I'm up here at about 5:30 a.m. and I got work at 8. So I've been up for about an hour and a half. These fools better not do something dumb.
This is going to be like when the Niners play. And, if we do a good pick right here, Joseph's going to go into the next day energized, ready to go. But if he blows it, then it's going to be like, why did I even wake up to watch this? Because that used to happen to me every time. So
yep, like the Super Bowl. I had to go to work that morning.
Yeah. Yeah, that's terrible. So we still got our guys, man.
Let's see what happens.
I mean, pretty insane draft so far because the first 14 picks were all offensive players, which is pretty crazy when you think about it. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, the run on quarterbacks, insane. Not many trades, pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So how would you feel if we went completely out of the round here? Because I did see Houston is trying to get back in. So what if we traded back? What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 picks to somewhere in the 40s with Houston.
And it depends what we would get in return. And it also depends on who goes within these next 3 picks before us. You know what I mean? So right now, I would say don't trade back because there's still there's good players that we can take right now. Mainly if Cooper DeJean and JPJ are gone, then I would probably be okay with a trade back.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, man. We know the 49ers don't value centers really. They value them as free agents, and they're usually like mid dudes, but we'll see.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. Let's see. Are they going to tell us what this trade was for? Oh, they gave up a 3rd round pick to move up.
To move up 4 spots or so, right?
Yeah.
Roughly. Yeah.
So I'd be comfortable trading a 3rd round pick to move up 2 slots for us here.
Yeah. So the Cowboys are already on the clock with 5 minutes left before their pick. Still haven't seen the Chiefs pick yet, so let's see.
Is it going to be Tyler Guyton or a receiver?
Or is it going to be Cooper DeJean? They did lose Sneed. Is that his last name?
Did they lose Sneed? They didn't re-sign him?
No.
Oh, yeah, they traded him. They traded him. That's right.
So it could be Cooper DeJean, which would suck.
Or Nate Wiggins.
Yeah, or Nate Wiggins, yeah. Roger Goodell's giving his little spill right now.
All right.
You know, if there's one thing you can rely on in the draft, it's Roger Goodell getting booed every time they see him.
Mhm.
Happens every year. All righty, here it is.
The Buffalo Bills have traded the 28th pick to the Kansas City Chiefs. With the 28th pick in the 2024 NFL
God.
The dream is alive.
Yeah, but that man.
Yeah.
You do not want Xavier Worthy
Yeah.
on the Chiefs.
That's like getting Tyreek Hill back, you know, a great route runner, great speed, obviously broke the 40-yard record at the combine. Tank Dell is who they're comparing him to. Like, yeah, obviously not good for any other team.
Yeah, that's a crazy one, man. And they got Marquise Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got these dudes. They're trying to do another one, man.
Back to back to back Super Bowl champs. That'd be crazy. Cowboys pick is in.
Interested to see what the Cowboys do here. I'm not sure what the Cowboys need or what they're gonna try to do here.
So ESPN has their needs as wide receiver, O tackle, D tackle, running back, center.
So
It
we
has
could
them as
see
their
pretty
best
much
fit.
anybody.
Best fit as being Johnny Newton right now for the Cowboys.
So we could see Johnny Newton, Kool-Aid, possibly JPJ, pretty much anyone we said we want, we could see here. So
Nate
let's see who they
Wiggins.
go with.
So if they take somebody
Maybe-
besides JPJ or Cooper DeJean here, one of them is guaranteed to fall to us. So that's something to watch for.
It is possible they go receiver because possibly the Chiefs jump them to beat them to their receiver.
Yeah. I know AD Mitchell was like one of the top receivers, and I think a lot of people had him better than Xavier Worthy, but
Yeah, there was a
you know.
there was a report that came out that said people don't think he's a good teammate because he has a diabetes. Did you see that? Yeah, so they're saying, he doesn't regulate his diabetes and it leads to him being like very hard to be around him or something. I don't know how true of a report that is or whatnot. Obviously, the diabetes doesn't affect him as a player, but they're saying it affects like his mood and everything off the field, on the field, things like that. So maybe that might be why he's falling.
Yeah. I'm getting these in right now because I'm getting ready to be let down here in a little bit.
Yeah, man. For tomorrow night, I'm gonna be after it's gonna be after I go to Fest. For those of you that don't know, there's a spring version of Oktoberfest, so I'm gonna be drunk for tomorrow's videos. All right. Roger's walking up to announce the Dallas pick. Tyler Guyton tackle.
Let's go. So JPJ or Cooper DeJean will be there for us. But we're going to take Roger Rosengarten, and it's going to kill me.
So there goes probably the last true first round. He's kind of like a fringe. I would have said he might have been a second round guy, but
I wonder if that guy's
tackle.
sorry. I wonder if that guy's uncle thought he was going to the Niners because his uncle or somebody was wearing a 49ers shirt and hat. Did you see that?
Yeah, 49er fans, man. Loyal.
That's hilarious.
Guyton, good player. Don't feel like he's ready to start immediately. Need some time, but could end up being a really good tackle.
Like we
All right,
said, so
man.
this means Cooper DeJean or JPJ are at least guaranteed to make it to us.
Yeah, and JPJ almost guaranteed because I believe the Ravens have a really good center.
Yeah. Well, so the ESPN lists the Ravens' needs as edge, corner, guard, receiver, safety. And it lists their best fit as Xavier Legette. So, oh man, I'm not ready for this.
The
Oh.
one thing we have to worry about is someone jumping us right here for somebody. So we'll see if someone tries to jump up into the first round. But
I'm not ready. Picks in for the Ravens.
pick is in. All
Yep.
right.
I'm not ready
we're
to
not
see.
taking anyone we want, man.
I'm not ready to see Rosengarten, man. Fuck. Oh, please.
All right, man. Let's see who the Ravens end up going with. So who is still available? Cooper DeJean and JPJ were our two that we said in our top tier, still available.
Yep.
So I'm hoping we go with one of those two. If not, just to reiterate for anyone that is showing up now, so those two were in our first tier. In our second tier was Johnny Newton. John, I think he's the only one left that was in our second tier. Oh, and Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Yeah.
And then we said possibly Lad McConkey, but he's like at the very bottom of the second tier because it's not a need at the moment. So Rosengarten is, we believe, should be our second round pick at the back end. I could see him, at like 50 or maybe in the 40s, but not in the first round.
Yeah.
So.
But Joseph and I are thinking that that's going to be our pick. So, unfortunately,
happens every year, man. It's like with Drake Jackson. We knew for months that this guy was going to be our pick. Didn't want him. Ended up picking him. But what can you do, man? We're not in the draft room.
So the NFL Network saying that McKinstry or Cooper DeJean should be the pick here for the Ravens.
Ah, really?
So we are on the clock right now. We have 7 minutes until we pick.
So if they go Cooper DeJean here, I could see us going Kool-Aid. I don't know. We'll see. I don't think we're gonna go center. I just don't.
I agree. I think that's out of the.
I would be very happy, but I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, I think that's out of the realm of possibilities now. 6 minutes. We're not winding the clock down, but these other picks have been going pretty fast, pretty early into their clock. So
I could see us trying to trade out right here, man. I ain't gonna lie. I could see us trying to trade out.
Here comes Goodell. Come on, boy.
Nate Wiggins. All right, man.
Come on.
So who's man? Take Cooper DeJean. All right.
Please.
Just take Cooper DeJean, man.
He has return ability. He's a good corner. Please. Like, this is what we need. He literally fits. We're not gonna have any. We're gonna lose either Demo or Mooney Ward after this year. This guy gives you instant return starter on punt and kickoff return. Like, this is an easy pick. Cooper DeJean or JPJ if you want to do that too.
And even if you're not going to play him at corner, you could play him at the star position, which Brandon Staley loves to run in his defense. He's not our D coordinator, but he is on the staff. You know, that hybrid safety corner, he could play that.
I could see. We still haven't picked yet. We're at 4 minutes and 45 seconds.
We're trying to trade out, man.
Yeah, I think we might be. Which is unfortunate because that means we're probably going to try to trade back for fucking Rosengarten.
I mean, if we go back to this Houston pick and get like a third, or they have 2 second rounders, you know, that might be too high of a value, but I wouldn't hate it. But if you could get Cooper DeJean here, man,
we're trading back.
I don't know how I feel about Kool-Aid McKinstry. I didn't watch a lot of him. How do you feel about him?
I watched a little bit. It's tough. He was supposed to be like one of the top picks last year. Like he was the top corner going into the year this year, but he fell off a little bit.
And he got passed by a guy on his own team as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we're at 3 minutes.
Yeah, we're trying our hardest to trade out here. Somebody's trying to come up to get a player, so we'll see. It could be, you know, I don't know. Somebody might be trying to come up to get a receiver, maybe. I don't know. It might be Houston, but we'll see, man. We're definitely trying to trade out. We might end up picking still if it falls through, but we're trying to trade out.
We're at 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Damn, man. Just take Cooper DeJean, man.
It's so easy. I don't know. Maybe we're missing something on Cooper DeJean. Because why? I don't know,
man. I feel like he's a top 15 player if he doesn't get injured. And the injury allowed him to fall to you. What's the height?
6'1", 203.
Yeah. The injury allowed him to fall to you, man. Take him. Even if you take Johnny Newton, still a top probably 20, 25 player, but
we're at 2:10 into our pick.
Yeah, man, what are we doing? Are they trading out? Fucking hell.
We're at 2 minutes. Are we gonna forfeit this pick and just freaking forget to make a selection? Or
yeah, we're going down to the wire.
And now we're in shambles.
We're down to the wire, man. All right, we're under 2 minutes now. Oh, I'm at 2 minutes right now, so you don't say it right when it happens. I'm at 150 right now.
I'm at 130.
If we trade, you could say it, but don't say that who the person is. Oh, did we?
Our pick's in.
So we went down. We were definitely trying to move back.
Tell Dad not to comment either.
Long. Yeah, don't comment.
Well, I feel like this is going to be Rosengarten then. If we waited this long and we were trying to trade back and then we couldn't trade back, they're just going to be like, screw it. Let's just go with Rosengarten. Oh, son of a bitch.
We definitely were trying to go back. And yeah, it fell through or nobody wanted to give up what we wanted, something. All right, this dude's still trying to talk about moving on from Ayuk. Move on, get over with it.
Try to get Ayuk done, try to get the extension he believes he deserves, and kind of moved on going forward there. So a lot at stake here, maybe a little signal for the 49ers when they pick.
Interesting. But if they do, they're not going to follow to actually use the language. Wouldn't they want to trade him for a first round pick or if
sounds like I'm a little bit ahead of you, so I don't know how your clock was ahead of mine.
Well, just because the first round picks are gone tonight and they're going to be in about 2 picks, they can get first round pick value. Like you look at some of the teams early, the New England Patriots.
So Ian Rappaport saying that if we take a receiver here, it's kind of revealing that Ayuk's gone or whatever.
All right, Jed York is on the phone right now with whoever we picked.
We're dapping up people. Shanahan and Lynch are dapping up. So
Yeah, they look happy. Fucking taking Rosengarten right here. So happy.
Well, our O-line coach isn't up right now. He was sitting down talking to somebody, so that might be a good sign.
All these dudes are talking receiver. It's not Johnny Noon. It's Cooper DeJean, man.
No way.
You saw it?
No.
Don't look at anything else. Did you see it already?
No. But Pat McAfee's like, oh, this is who we think it's gonna be. And it better not be who they think it's gonna be.
All right. He's walking up to the podium now.
What the fuck?
All right.
So went to the Senior Bowl and showed up down there, Charles, and I saw him down there. Michael Gallup was my comparison.
The 49ers took Ricky Pearsall for anybody that is not actually watching the draft. Definitely a second round receiver. Took him in the first round. So if that's who you wanted, you definitely wanted to trade out of this pick. So Brandon Ayuk might be on the move, and you took a guy that he's a good player, not a first round pick. 49ers are going to 49er, man. Leave Cooper DeJean, Jackson Powers Johnson, and Johnny Newton. There's tons of people I would have took over.
Xavier Legette.
But Lad McConkey. But
the Panthers just moved up, so they're going to take Xavier Legette right there.
That's pretty nuts, man. The 49ers always know how to let us down and always know how to take someone that should not be taken as early as they should. Jesus.
And he definitely could have been a second round pick. Everybody had him in the second round, too.
That's crazy, man.
Akash Anavarathan says 49ers, or what did he say? Sorry, I was wrong. 49ers go wide receiver Ricky Pearsall from Florida. That's an out of the blue pick.
Jeez, man. That's
you don't even take A.D. Mitchell.
That's definitely a 49ers pick, man. I've been saying this for years. If you guys have watched our pods last year, the year, whatever before, I've said the 49ers have not been good at drafting in recent years, man. They've been terrible. And I don't know who is in the draft room making the picks, man, but it's been terrible. And I'm not saying Ricky Pearsall is terrible, man, but a clear second round pick that you take in the first round, that's tough, man. That's tough. I don't trust the 49 whoever's in the draft room for the 49ers, man. Wow. And especially if this is the guy that they take and then they move off of Brandon Ayuk. Yeah, that would be even worse. That would be tough.
You son of a bitch, man.
Man, that's crazy.
Over 80 Mitchell. Give me fucking Roger Rosen over him, please.
I know. I would have rather had Roger Rosengarten than Ricky Pearsall at this pick, man. That's funny. That is funny.
My god, man. What the hell?
That is
Ricky
pretty nuts,
Pearsall?
man. Somebody
Ricky
said
Pearsall.
NFL Draft File said Ricky Pearsall C+. I like Pearsall, but this is a huge reach. Man, that's crazy.
Man, that's insane. Hey, like we said though, we were prepared to get let down, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We were prepared to
me
get let
see.
down.
You know, Emery Hunt is usually higher on players than a lot of people. Let me see what he has. Ricky Pearsall on his draft guide. Because he really doesn't care, you know, media takes or anything like that. He just goes based off of what he sees on film. All right, Ricky Pearsall. He has as his number 6th ranked flanker receiver. He says, I'll take my chances with him winning any one-on-one battle. Does a fantastic job of getting the defender to open up their hips and declare before making his move. Excellent hands and an easy catcher of the ball. Fluid mover who you can envision being a stellar catch and run guy as a pro. Plays a little leaner than 193 pounds. Handsy defensive backs tend to tie him up longer than it should. Working through zone coverage better is another area where he could grow. He has Xavier Worthy, Troy Franklin, Marvin Harrison Jr., Keon Coleman, and Malik Neighbors above him as flankers.
Ricky Pearsall.
See who the Panthers go with here to end out round 1.
This pick was expected. Oh boy.
Yeah. Xavier Legette goes 32. David Lombardi said Ricky Pearsall also returned punts from Florida and didn't muff any. Maybe that is why the 49ers took him for his punt return
Over
ability.
Cooper DeJean though, like
Ricky Pearsall told Hey K Adams this morning that he was working out with Brandon Ayuk recently. And now will the 49ers trade Brandon Ayuk for the guy that they drafted?
well, if you're gonna trade Brandon Ayuk, you better get Cooper DeJean or JPJ with that first pick, with that pick you get in return for him.
So if you look at Ricky Pearsall's spider chart, you know, where they put like around the circle where he's at, his 20-yard shuttle, 3 cone drill, broad jump, and vert jump are all in like the 90th percentile. His height, 48th percentile. His weight, 22nd. Wingspan, 17. Arm length, 20th. 10-yard split, 44th. So not a good 10-yard split. And his 40-yard dash, 82nd percentile. Let me pull up what he did at the combine because I am not too sure on that.
Man,
Definitely is not a player I expected the 49ers to take. And that's what we should have expected because they never take who you want them to take.
true.
Ricky,
I would have rather had fucking Darius Robinson. Like I literally would have rather had anybody but him. Not that he's a bad player or anything, but just not here. Like not.
All
here.
right. Ricky Pearsall, 6'1", 189. He ran a 4.41, 157, 10-yard split, 42-inch vert. So the dude gets up, 10.9 broad. So he's super explosive. He actually played with Brandon Ayuk at Arizona State.
Yeah.
He's a 5-year college player. Man.
I saw something that said, like, obviously Herm Edwards was the coach of Arizona State with Pearsall there. So they said, and that's a big part of why we took Ayuk and everything was because of Herm Edwards. So that was another reason why
I
they're
do
saying
not
they're
like
beast.
that pick. I'm giving that I'm gonna give that one. I don't want to say an F, but I'll say a D.
Yeah.
You know, nothing again. I'm watching him run that line drill at the combine, and he's weaving the whole way down it. I just don't like the pick. At the combine, they compared him to Chris Olave. If you get Chris Olave there, obviously that's a steal. But just I don't like that value there, man. Just damn.
That's the biggest thing, I think, is just the value's not there with the players that are still available. Like Cooper
Yeah,
DeJean's a starting corner.
Yeah, like you could have traded up in the second round and went and got this guy. That's tough. I don't see the team like I feel like when the 49ers draft, I don't understand their philosophy. Like what they just kind of throw darts at the board and hope they get lucky a couple times because the team building aspect of it, like, what are you doing here, man?
They're always just trying to reinvent the wheel. Like all
Mhm.
these players that went before, in this whole first round, maybe besides Knicks and Penix where they went, but almost everybody else before that was slated in the first round easily. You know what I mean? They're like very early second round players. It wasn't a huge shock. Like, oh, wow, this guy went hella early. But every time that the Niners pick somebody, it's always like, wow, that was a huge reach. You know what I mean? They did it last year with Moody and Latu, Drake Jackson. They do it every single year, trying to reinvent the wheel or something that just doesn't. It's like their strategy or like what they see in players is different than the whole league's opinion. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. And
I don't know. It's
I
just
mean,
weird.
the reason nobody's got fired is because like I said, they throw darts at the board and they get lucky. You know, you hit on these late round dudes, Kittle, Fred Warner, Brock, obviously. And so it keeps you around, but all your high value picks, you don't draft a good player. So you're wasting all that high value on bad players, and then you're getting lucky a few times. But you see over the years the churning of the roster is getting worse and worse and worse because you have no depth. All
Yeah.
these players are bad. The depth players are bad. And like right here, man, you could have got a starting player. Does Ricky Pearsall start on your team? Absolutely not. He's not an immediate starter. Unless you trade Brandon Ayuk. And then
Hold on.
also, this is my
Hold on.
other thing. Hold on, real quick. Rookie receivers do not start on the 49ers. They get put in the doghouse. And you draft another one in the first round, I don't see it.
Based on this from Michael Silver, based on my conversations with other teams, the 49ers are now more likely to deal Deebo Samuel than they are Brandon Ayuk. Stay tuned. That would
Now,
be better at least. At least you're trading fucking Deebo rather than Ayuk, but still, like
yeah, we've talked about it.
that's who you're still having replace Deebo. Him right there. Why not take Malachi Corley in the third round if you're going to trade Deebo? Or Xavier Legette right there. You know what I mean? Like, why are you trying to reinvent the wheel and take this receiver that's supposed to go way later right now?
Yeah, and I mean, if you trade Deebo, let's say you get an early second for Deebo, which I don't think you get. I think you get like a third for Deebo at this point. But for conversation's sake, say we get an early second. Why didn't you take this guy with that pick? Because you could have got a possible game changer on the defense to end that round, or center, obviously. But I'm not going to write off the draft just yet. We'll see how this class comes together. But that pick, the value just based off of the team as it is right now, D for me. That's a D.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I agree. I think a D is pretty accurate. I mean, it's just a value point, like of who is still available. You know what I mean? If all of our guys were gone, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? Sure, take them. But you still have Cooper DeJean. You still have JPJ. You still have Kool-Aid McKinstry. Like you still have a bunch of guys on there that are top players. And this dude wasn't even the best receiver available. You still have AD Mitchell on the board too. You know what I mean? Like it's just I don't know, it's crazy. Let's
Yep.
see.
Even Croc said, "Give me Cooper DeJean."
Yep.
Dang, man.
Let's see here if there's any clips. So obviously there's one clip that's going around of him with that one-headed catch against like I don't even know what team they're playing. Is that the
looks
Charlotte
like, is that
49ers
like,
or whatever?
or like Marshall? That might be Marshall. No, yeah, that's a Charlotte 49ers. Yeah.
Like obviously that's like the one play that I'm trying to find other clips. I'm not finding any besides that one.
The punt return thing. He had 11 punt returns last year for 126 yards. So nothing special, as a punt returner either, if that was the value we thought that it was going to be.
You know
Yeah,
what? I hate to
Patrick.
say it. We took the wrong white guy. We took the wrong
Should've been
freaking
the-
white guy. We should have took Cooper
been-
DeJean and ended up with this dude.
Or Lad McConkey, man. If you're going with
Or-
a route runner, you should have been
Yeah.
Lad McConkey, man.
Yeah, I forgot about Lad McConkey too. AD Mitchell. Our dad says, yeah, this guy won't make us better right now. There were players that we could have used right now. This is Shanny thinking he found the diamond in the rough. Yeah. Hey, like I said, though, who knows? We don't make the big bucks like all these scouting guys and executives, general managers, whatever, like they do. So maybe they're, maybe, I don't know.
No, man. We've seen this organization fail drafting a lot of times. Like they try to outthink everybody instead
Yeah.
of taking the smart, easy pick. Look at the Rams, right? These dudes haven't drafted in the first round in like 8 years. And look at the team they put together last year. I'm taking the best player available at every pick. And look at all these hits that they get. Look at the Eagles. They let one of the two best corners fall to them in the 20s of the draft. Like, these teams let the good people fall to them and then they take them. The good players fall to us and we pass on them for somebody that should go a lot later. Don't make any sense to me. But
I guess
who
the
knows?
good thing here.
Maybe Ricky Pearsall is the next great receiver in the NFL.
Oh, hey, let's look at it this way too. Honestly, though, when we took Brandon Ayuk, we were pissed because we took him over like CeeDee Lamb and Jerry Jeudy, and look what Ayuk turned out to be. You know what I mean? We felt like we reached on him because we traded up for Ayuk to take him over these other guys. So we felt like that was a bad pick at the time, and obviously look at him now, one of the better receivers in the NFL. So hopefully that's what Ricky Pearsall can be too. Fuck it. I'm giving it a B+. No.
So Deebo Samuel just posted on his Instagram story a picture of the rumor. So I'll put it on the screen here. See if you guys could see it. So Deebo Samuel shared this on his Instagram, and it pretty much is just a thing. It says, rumor, the 49ers are now more likely to trade Deebo Samuel than they are to trade Brandon Ayuk. So we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah, whatever that means.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah, man. We saw it this past year, man. If the 49ers move on from Deebo Samuel, yeah, the dude's electric with the ball in his hands, but the effort isn't there, man, and it gets annoying. You watch, if anybody watches the QB school, what's the dude's name? JT O'Sullivan.
Yeah.
He always, and you know, and then he's injured a lot. So if you move off of him, yeah, sure. I would be fine with that more than moving off of Brandon Ayuk this year.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, like I said, who knows? Even Tim Kawakami, that guy's pretty accurate on all of his reports that come out about the Niners. He's probably the most accurate dude. He says, because somebody commented and said that surprised they didn't go corner there with the quality of players available. And Tim Kawakami says, I'm surprised too. DeGene and McKinstry seem like guys who could produce right away on a good defense. So, maybe it is like a sign that Debo or Ayuk's gone. You know what I mean? Obviously, I don't know.
And we got to see the value that we get back if someone does leave. And
Yeah.
also, with DeGene and McKinstry, maybe there were injury concerns. McKinstry had surgery right after his pro day. And then obviously you had DeGene coming off the broken fibula. So who knows with those things, man. It definitely felt like we were trying to trade back since we waited that long and then we got stuck. Tough, man, tough. But I am going to try to take a hour nap because I got to go to work this morning. I'm a little disappointed, so we'll see you guys tomorrow, and I will be drunk as hell for tomorrow, so that'll probably be a good thing.
Gonna be a long day for Joseph today, but yeah, we're gonna do the same thing tomorrow. If we end up trading up, we'll try to jump on emergency style and do get on before we make the pick or whatnot. So be ready for that. Thanks for everybody tuning in. I know the video's live, but go ahead and feel free to drop some comments reacting to the pick of Ricky Pearsall. Let us know how you guys feel about it, because I'm curious to see how other Niner fans feel. Even if there's some Florida fans in here, tell us what you guys thought of Ricky Pearsall playing on Florida this last year in college. So let us know that. And like I said, stay on the lookout tomorrow because we're going to try to go live. We enjoy doing the lives during our picks. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. See y'all tomorrow. Peace.